Hello everybody, welcome back. We're in breakfast review today. And recently the wholesome and cozy game movement has grown exponentially, and the Bear and Breakfast definitely falls into the category with its cute story, innocent characters and national setting. The Bear and Breakfast is labeled as laid-back management adventure, which could not be more correct. The game has a bit of everything that chill gamers will like. Gardening, of course, management, naturally, decoration and furniture building, definitely. The game keeps you busy, but in such a stress-free way that you forget you're running a business empire while nested in the woods. All of these bundled into a cute, hand-drawn package with a delightful and unsatisfiable soundtrack to keep your ears occupied. You are a bear named Hank, found in the thicket with his mother and two bears with Winnie and Annie. Will a small grumpy bird and Annie's Inger dog who is set on your next round with you. From the thicket you head to Sawdust and to the timber crossing, the location of the prospective lodging. How do you Hank come to find out about entrepreneurial opportunity? You speak to a talking shark statue, of course. These pawn sharks are positioned to each hotel and are representatives for a pawn network. They guide you on the most quest to bring humans back to the forest and surrounding areas. The first shark you interact with will intricate you when doing a pawn voyage scheme and promises that on where individuals like a frog a successful accommodation franchising career. They promise you a fulfilling life of hard work for a small reward with a lot of the stress in between. Who will want that? Despite some reservations, will tank Hank into agreeing to Harry Bainting's scheme. Of course, we need the Bay Brain. Congratulations, you run a bear and a breakfast. Now you got a room decorated and booking some guests to make some cold crash. Initial can feel a little slow as you wait for whichever trusting guest is selling there to stay and still dilapidated shed you can a hotel to check out in order to afford some more decor on the new room. Still, there are plenty of jobs to pay attention to, and you quickly find yourself pleasantly busy with a judging pocket full of change. Personally, I wanted much cash rolling into my cup-sized business as possible, so I stuffed as many rooms in those locations as I could. Were they cramped? Yeah. They work? Also yeah. There is only minimum size requirement and you don't mind to owe half a star missing of the review or the lack of space. I recommend doing the same. Of course, it isn't just the size of the rooms that matters, furniture type and the quality for a big impact too. Better beds will drastically improve your guest stay, and putting the core items in each room can make the difference between on average 3-star and a glowing 5-star review. These decoration items are brought with the valuables of the Scottish raccoon named Took, whose so far is on the dumpster. That's why the thing is that the animals treasure when humans don't. The valuables currency is literally garbage that you find on the floor. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Hey. As you open the new areas, new amenities and needs will be added for the guests in the area. The motels on the highway receives a guest that require a bathroom, and a farmhouse needs a functioning kitchen and dining room to feed hungry patrons. You need worry about running out of potatoes, as some farmhouse has a garden that regrows products automatically each day, and there is a general store that is fully stocked too. The cooking system in the minigame in itself requires a player to use corresponding cards for each receipt, equipped with the right ingredient or material. Each kitchen items comes with different card types too, so you need a full of them for a functional kitchen that can more just a bowl of rare food. My food options sadly did not appeal to the apartment government taste of my client, but what I can say, I'm a bear, I don't have a refined plate for taste the tests. Speaking of a big bear and being a bear, to begin with, my guests were scared of me. That was until I put on pants. Apparently, a bear wearing trousers isn't scary, and my guests don't mind me running into them when I was clothed. Bear in the Breakfast does a fantastic job of basing information so that you don't get overloaded. Each new area introduced a couple of new mechanics, and even the first area walks you through setting up a business at a leisurely pace. There is no convoluted stats-based gameplay here. You are just a bear running some hotels. You'll learn a new additional and techniques through the pawn sharks positioned at each location, who will give you quests related to fixing up the hotel space and getting it ready for the guests. Despite the corporation obsession of the KemlKaumpf, they help others out by giving reasonable and simple questions to ensure the hotels are in top condition. After the locations are fixed up, the sharks disappear, and you can get the new quests from a sign to be halted for the rewards. The sharks aren't only social contract that Hank has strove. Each area has a new NPC spanking around that welcome you and add more quests to your already brimming to-do list. There is a park ranger, a crocodile, which a bus driver, a shy goat to name a few, all with individual and interesting personalities to add to this story and help to breathe life into the world around you. There are some very helpful gameplay features in the Beer and Breakfast. The big of this thing being able to sleep in every night and without the need for the item or having to return a specific place. There is also constant autosave, so you don't need to worry about finding a save point. You'll always be in need of materials as you upgrade your launchings and fix up new areas, but the good news is that any materials found around the map respawn quickly, so you'll never be short of crafting components and you need to spend hours grinding to harvest wood or stone. You also don't need any tools gathering in the Bear Breakfast. It's all done with your own 2 paws. There is a fast travel in the game, as you can go do areas without having to plot areas on foot, which eat new area having a fixable bus stop acting as the waypoint. Their faces of the game, along with the overall delightfully style and the story, create an addictive gameplay loop that is cycle of around task and collecting while expanding your business and growing your reputation. Even by day 17, I was well on my way to being a mountain mogul, which is also lazy, bumbling around a bear in the forest. Sometimes I didn't notice and I kick myself for not realizing sooner is that can be book guests to come in immediately after the previous lodge leaves. This means you are constantly running at the capacity and aren't resting around the entire day of the profits. Don't wait until the people check out to receive new guests. Keep the capitalist train rolling. In the terms of the game performance, there are no complaints to be had. My laptop average is best, as there were no hang-up, frame rate issues. I didn't have a couple of odd issues where my keyboard input stopped working for the menu open during a cutscene, and the NPC snowy region kept floating around the screen, but restarting the game solved this. The menu UI are easy to read, designed nicely, and don't obstacle up the gameplay, even where our tutorial boxes are open. So I would like to say that Beer and Breakfast to any other games comparing, it will be nestled nicely with the likes of Epico, Witchwood and Stardew Valley. Throughout you can't marry anyone in the Beer and Breakfast. The game release is perfectly timed for autumn rolling, so we can snuggle down and hibernate while riding a successful oil chain in the sprawling woods. Overall, the game provides a relaxing and joyful experience filled with a multitude of engaging tasks and lovely cast of friendly characters. My time in the Timber Falls and its surrounding areas was well spent, and I gladly hop back in to refine my learnings, as Hank would say. Yeah, so the last sentences about the Beer and Breakfast offers players a pleasant collection of activities interlaced with an awesome story and lovable characters in a whimsical, nature-filled world. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. Bye.